that looked like a pretty physical game to be a part of. How have you just adjusted through the course of your career of, when teams really try to get physical with you? I mean, obviously you dealt with it really well tonight.
Just maneuvering a little bit, seeing what's open, see what spot I can get to on the floor. Not forcing the game. I think that's the biggest thing. Seeing what's the best shot for the team, but also making sure that I stay aggressive, getting to the rim. No, I'm not going to get every foul call, but if I initiate some contact, I know they see it sometimes.
One of the things that Willie has mentioned while you've been on this run here is he feels like you're making really quick decisions with the ball. I mean, how much you think that has been a part of your success lately?
It's a big part. Just seeing things before it happen. That's the biggest thing, watching a lot of film away from the game and knowing where the players, my teammates, are going to be on the basketball floor at all times. That's been helping me out a lot in ways that I can attack on the floor and get assists, get a rebound.
In that fourth quarter, it seemed like for a while it was kind of you hit a shot, Kawhi hit a shot, you hit a shot. Just how much do you enjoy those matchups where you can kind of go toe-to-toe with one of the best guys in the league?
Well, that's what we play for. We look at the stars in the league, the guys that's done this thing before and done it the right way, and you want to attack them. If you want to be the best, you got to go against the best, and you got to beat them. And that's the only thing that was in my head tonight, just trying to get this win tonight, not individually, but together as a team, and try to see the best way that we can play.
And ever since you came to New Orleans, we talked a lot about, end-of-game situations and you trying to find a balance between really wanting to be the guy to make a play for your team, but also making the pass when it's open. Just what is it kind of taking for you to get to a place where you're comfortable making the right play kind of regardless of what the defense is throwing at you?
Well, after you see it over and over, you start to settle down a little bit. I know the focus is really, really on me right now, so I'm able to make really, really good decisions and see the game a little better. Whether it's me trying to be aggressive, always having my head up to see the next pass. That's just been helping me out a lot, just knowing that the focus is on me and I have guys around me that can do things.
Do you, these last 8, 9, 10 games, do you think this is the best basketball that you've played in your career?
I think so. From a mentality standpoint, stepping on the floor with a super focus, knowing the goal and just trying to attack the goal every time that I get out there, and the goal is to win. So I'm just trying to do everything I can, whether it's offensively or defensively, to win basketball games.
And what's kind of allowed you to see the floor the way you have? Seems like that's also going up like another level in this last, like I said, last 8, 9, whatever it is.
Film, consistency in our offense. We run some things where I get to see the same pictures sometimes, and I know all my outlets on the floor. So I think it's important for me, especially when I get to see 2 and 3 every single night. I'm just going back and watching film on previous games and just seeing where my outlets are on the floor.
Brandon, when you played the Clippers last week, I mean, I don't remember how many threes. I'm pretty sure it was like 20-something threes last week that the team made, 10 by one guy. I mean, tonight only 7 threes, but you still got your assists. You still got to your spots. Like, how did you kind of digress or kind of diagnose how the Clippers were defending you differently than last week and still had the success that you did?
Well, you playing a team once, you always have the thought in your head that something's going to be different the next time. And however, we didn't make as many shots behind the arc, but we still had to find a way to kind of continue to play our game. And we have guys that can really get in the paint and finish. And that was part of it, just trying to go into the paint, draw fouls, finish over the top of the big guys, and look for the best shots. So we just try to find a way. It's not going to always be the same every single time.
Did you feel like this game was more physical than last week's game was?
It was definitely more physical. With guys in the paint, Kawhi, had my hands on guys. Batum, he's always pretty physical. It was definitely more physical than the last Clippers game.
Hey, Brandon, I'm going to assume that you heard the MVP chants, but what does it just kind of mean to you when you kind of, reflect on your career and just hear the crowd chanting that?
Well, it's cool, I know I still have work to do for that to come true. And I continue to work. That's something I want to be in this league, something I want to be for my team, and I continue to work.
Brandon, the Clippers sent a couple double teams there, a lot at you in the fourth quarter, and you found Trey cross court several times, and he seemed to make the right play every time. Just how much confidence do you have in him making the right play in a key moment in the game?
Well, I trust him to shoot the basketball. I don't necessarily trust him to make the best decisions.
Did you like that pass?
I did like that pass. It surprised me a little bit. But you know, he's a good basketball player, and he has good intentions. So when he has good intentions, good things happen for you. Basketball guys look out for you a little bit. So he just is a really, really good basketball player that can shoot the basketball, but he can do other things, and he showed that tonight.
There's been a lot of ups and downs this season in terms of guys being out and, you all going on winning streaks and whatnot. But since the All-Star break, you're number one in defense. In the whole season, the Pels are fifth, I want to say. What do you attribute that consistency, regardless of who's on the court, night in, night out? Y'all are able to put together a good defensive game plan and execute.
Herb Jones, like he's the head of our defense, and we kind of just back him up. We added Josh Richardson, who was a really, really good defender, in our back line with Larry and being able to switch out 1 through 5. We just have guys that just help them cover up a lot of things, and Herb Jones has just been really, really great for us, and we follow him.
I know we've asked you about this before, but kind of the role switching of Zion and Jose not being able to play, but still kind of being supporters on the sideline. I mean, those guys are off their feet at every timeout. Jose's like at the logo before you get to the bench. Just talk about maybe a conversation or two, or just like their support given their situation, and especially tonight.
Yeah. Well, first, being hurt, I know it's hard being in that situation and having, we all love each other, but it's hard not being out on the floor. And for them to come in and be positive and supportive, we truly appreciate it for sure, especially for me. I know Z's going through a lot with his hamstring. Jose going through a lot, not knowing when he can play on the floor. It's important to have everybody in the room. One guy can cause the energy to go really, really bad, and they just want to keep it upbeat, and they want the best for everybody in the room. So that's the special part.
Brandon, you always draw the best opposing defender every single night. How do all those guys, like for instance tonight was Kawhi, how do they compare to Herb and what he brings?
On the defensive end, I think the difference between those guys and Herb is he's just a little younger, and he has long arms. He's got really, really good timing on blocking shots, not even blocking shots at the rim, but on the perimeter. I think his timing is just a little bit different from what I've seen in the league. And along with that, he has a good body where he has long arms, and he can stay in front of guys and disrupt. So he's one of the best defenders that I've seen.
You think if he keeps going on his trajectory, you could see him someday be the Defensive Player of the Year?
Absolutely. Yeah, no question.
Coach mentioned one of the adjustments he made out of halftime was shifting you on the Russ defensively. Just how important is that for you to kind of make that impact defensively, not just be the offensive guy, but in these big games, showing up defensively as well?
Yeah, well, just me trying to do whatever that I can do to affect the game and disrupt the game. He hit a 3 in that third quarter or the fourth quarter, but I just wanted to slow him down a little bit. He was getting to the rim a lot in that first quarter. In that second quarter, he made a statement of really, really trying to get downhill. So I was just trying to put some length on him and trying to discourage him from going to the rim.
Before the season started, I think I asked you about perhaps there being a greater emphasis this season on working to find you catch and shoot threes. Now, with guys being in and out, your roles changed a little bit, and you're facilitating a lot. So what's that adjustment been like, and what's it been like finding ways to, hey, like I can still take over games, impact them in other areas, assists, rebounds, and string together, like now, like y'all put 7 of the last 8 or something like that. So from a role perspective, maybe you were going into the season thinking one thing, and now it's another. What's that been like?
Well, the game is, for me, is about adapting, adapting to my teammates and what they can do, what they do well on the basketball floor. With Zion, I know I would have more catch and shoot opportunity just because of the gravity. He brings 3 or 4 guys over to him every single time that he drives to the rim, and every time that we step on the floor, I always get to look at our team and say, what ways can I be effective? Whether it's catch and shoot, passing to Trey all night, passing to CJ, or whatever it is. I just try to find ways that I can really, really affect the game and not muck it up, not try to just go out there and just try to look for my stuff individually. Whatever's going to make the team better, I'm just trying to kind of adapt to everybody else.
You sometimes feel the pressure, like, hey, I haven't taken a 3 in a while, like maybe I should get one up, or is it just like you're gonna let the game come to you and just make whatever is the right decision in that moment?
Whatever the right decision in that moment. I got a good feel for the game, so I don't feel like I got to go out and force anything. Coach calls plays for me. I never have to ask him to call a play or give me the basketball, so I just let the game flow, and whatever comes, I just try to take the best shot on the floor.
Thanks, guy. Thank you.